Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Everyone focusing please. Last lesson we were just giving a rundown on qiyas, iqtirani and istithna'i. Hajj Hussein, this is what you really need to catch up on. So I can give you the recordings inshallah. Now, what we got to was explaining what iqtirani is, explaining what istithna'i is. And here it's all about the minor premise, major premise, and then the conclusion. Sughra, kubra, natija, right? This is what we call a syllogistic argument. This is what we call a syllogistic argument. With a syllogistic argument, there are different types of syllogisms, right? Sometimes it's focusing on the surah of the argument. Sometimes it's focusing on the madda of the argument. The madda, which means the material. With the material of the argument, right? That all refers to the 5 crafts, the 5 skills, as-sina'atul khams, right? And that is sina'atul burhan, sina'atul jadal, sina'atul mughalata, sina'atul khitaba, and did I get that wrong? And number 5 is shi'r, right? Number 5 is shi'r. So, burhan, jadal, mughalata, khitaba, shi'r, right? Now let's write down some more interesting things. Please make sure that you're writing all of these notes down, okay? Because this is the last chance that you have to completely absorb and understand what syllogism is, right? Otherwise, my recommendation, right? My recommendation is go and find a day job, change your industry, right? Change your industry. Yeah, I'll be more abusive, but because we're being recorded, I have to stop there. And that's the problem that I'm having with a lot of my students here, that you're not giving it its due haqq with this topic of logic. Now, let's have a look at the different figures of logic, of syllogism, sorry. This is, well, we're going to call this figure number 1. And figure number 1, right, is that the al-hadd al-awsat. Al-hadd al-awsat is what we call the median, right? And the median is basically one term that is common, right? And it is the uniting link between the minor premise and the major premise, right? So here, the median is the mahmul in the minor and the mawdu' in the major. Okay? P is M. M is S. What's the natija going to be? P is S. Let me write down this in what? Is that wrong? All right. This animal is a human. All humans have eyes. What's the natija going to be? Huh? This okay? Please make sure you're writing all this down, please. Right? So what is the subject in the minor premise? What is the subject in the minor premise? Huh? What's the subject? Human. What? No, it can't be. How can it be animal and human?
This human is an animal. This animal is human. What's this?
What? We're talking about the minor, because the minor premise has to be affirmative, and the major premise is always going to be universal. Remember when we said that? The major premise has to be universal, right? So the subject, right? The subject is, of course, the animal, right? So, sorry, the subject is the human. The subject is the human. The subject is the human in the shisma. No, it's the predicate here. In the minor, it's the mahmul. In the major, it is the mawdu'. Right? In the minor premise, it is the mahmul. Here, human is the mahmul. In the major premise, the human is the mawdu'. What are we talking about here in the major premise? Talking about human. So human is the subject. Here, what is the subject matter? The animal, right? So there is in the minor premise, there is a repeating of the word human, but in the minor premise, it's a predicate. In the major premise, it is a subject. This is figure 1. All right? Sorry, a bit confusing, isn't it? All right. Figure number 2. Let me use another color. Number 2. Can you see? Can you see what do you like, Shlon? How are you writing? Sisters, can you all see? Or? All right. Is it still in the what's his name? All right, figure number 2. The al-hadd al-awsat, the median, is the predicate in the minor premise and in the major premise, right? P is M, S is M, and therefore P is S. Hey, why does it keep on saying that for, man?
It's your example.
Sorry.
Not mine.
All right. All cattle have hooves. This is all copy paste, by the way. Are we listening? Please. All right. I don't know why everyone's talking, chit-chatting, instead of focusing on what we're supposed to be doing here, please. Yeah, it is a lot. All cattle have hooves. All birds do not share the features of an animal that have hooves. What? Camels have.
Features, not feathers. Feathers. Features. Looks like feathers.
All cattle do not share the features of a bird, the feathers of a bird. Right? So here what's happening? The major premise has to be universal, and both of them are different in either being negative or affirming. And in this case, right, it is carrying that same level as well, right? What is the median? What is the median here? The Hadd al-Awsat, which is, of course, the predicate, as we said, the hooves being repeated here. So in here, the mahmul is hoof, and here the mahmul is also hoof. No, the minor can't be universal. The minor can't be universal. No, but yeah, but still, but universal in comparison to what? In comparison to that, that's the universal. Where? Yeah, but comparing that to that.
So the first one is universal affirmative, and the second one is universal
Negative.
The first one says something like cattle. Some cattle have hooves.
Yeah, you can. No, what do you mean? How could some cattle have hooves?
I don't know. It's got to be something else.
Yes, no, but again, but here we're talking about a different type of. That's why we're saying figure 2. We're saying figure 2, right? Figure 1. What did we say about figure 1? That, huh?
P is M.
No, but what did we say about the mahmud? That the major has to be universal.
Yeah, the major, all human have eyes that's universal.
Okay, so here that we're finished with that now, right? Now we're doing a different type. We don't drag what from figure 1 to figure 2. We're making distinctions between the different types of syllogistic arguments. Right? Everyone write this down, number 2? Yes? Okay. Kind of, in a different way. All right. Here, figure number 3. Make sure you're writing this down. The subject is the median in the minor and in the major, right? The subject is okay, the subject is the median in both the minor and the major premise, in the sughra and in the kubra, and the subject is going to be the M, right? Minor premise, subject, major premise, subject, right? The subject here is gold, right? So all gold is a mineral. Right? All gold is expensive. Gold is subject. Gold is subject.
Both of them are universal.
What?
Both of the statements are universal.
No, yes. What? No, sorry. One of the premises must be universal. One of the premises has to be universal, or you can even see that they both resemble some type of universality. But the important thing is that the minor premise in figure number 3 needs to be affirmative, right? They can both be affirmative, but one of the premises must be universal. What's the conclusion here? Some minerals are expensive. That's the natija. No. Number 4, the median. The median is the subject in the minor and the predicate in the major. It's the opposite of number 1. Subject in the minor, predicate in the major. M is P. S is M. P is S. Right? We listening? Every human is an animal. Some whites are human. Some animals are شنو? White. Thank you.
The first one is universal. The second one is partial.
Minor. The minor is universal. The major is not, of course, obviously. But the thing is that they are both of them are positive, right? What is the subject here in the minor premise? What's the subject in the minor premise? Human. What's the in the major premise? The human becomes the predicates. The human becomes the predicate in the major premise.
So if you said every animal is human, the subject would be the animal. Or if you said every human is animal, the subject is human.
Yeah.
So subject is whatever comes first, the predicate is what's got.
Now, well, depending on how how the sentence is formulated, but yeah, kind of. All right. Everyone, write this down. We will get to that. Okay. The craft of Burhan. Writing this down, everyone. All right, what's the conclusion here? Okay, the universe has a Burhan. The argument of Burhan, which is what we call a demonstrative argument, is always 100% yaqini. It is always 100% correct. It is always 100% accurate. It is always 100% valid. It is undisputable. It is undisputable. No one in their sane mind, even the most atheist of atheists, can object to the conclusion of a Burhan. Yes, they can argue that, okay, there are flaws in the design, there are problems in the design and whatnot, but they can't run away from the natija. They can't run away from the natija, right? That's why Burhan argument is a flawless argument. Is everyone paying attention here to me? Something going on? Fly? Shaso, what do you want me to do? Get piff paff. Someone bring by some, what do they call it? Detergent? What do they call it? What? Pesticide? That's what I'm saying. The atheist could object, yes. The atheist could object, for example, to say, no, the universe isn't designed, the universe is chaotic. But that's an absolute lie, isn't it? Right? Because any human being has to acknowledge that there is order. Even if we say that there's a tsunami and there's an earthquake, but there is order in the universe, right? And so we don't want to turn this into theology. We've already done that before, but we're talking about the conclusion that this kind of argument you can't dispute. Okay? Another kind of argument is what we call the Jadali arguments. Jadal is not after yaqeen. Jadal is not after yaqeen. Jadal is only after proving a point and only after invalidating your arguments. It's only after being argumentative, as they say, that I'm right, you're wrong. It's not after yaqeen, it's not after certainty, right? So, for example, a Jadali argument would look something like this, that narrations that prove Imam Ali alayhi salam's authority is in al-Bukhari, right? Everything in Bukhari is sahih. That's a really big fly, man. Like, it's really big. Everything in Bukhari is sahih. What's the conclusion? Narrations proving Imam Ali alayhi salam authority is authentic and sahih. All right? Okay? We're not going to do theology today. We're going to just finish off doing this, all right? Okay, everyone get this one? This is Jadali one. This is Jadal. This is Jadal, right? Jadal, what did we call Jadal in English? Huh? Dialectic. Dialectic, which means I just want to prove a point, prove that you are wrong and I am right. Right? Okay? Yes. All right. Third type is what we call mughalata. What's mughalata mean again? Paying attention, boys. What's mughalata again? Fallacy. Fallacy. A fallacious argument. Mughalata. Fallacy. A Muslim historian has a tattoo. Anyone with a tattoo is a az'ar. Is unreliable. So I'm going to use unreliable. I just wanted to write az'ar because out of respect for the brother's nationality. What's the conclusion here? What would be the conclusion here? This a Muslim historian, this Muslim, this specific, this certain Muslim historian, this certain Muslim historian is unreliable. Don't write the word az'ar, just write is unreliable. Sorry, I was just trying to be funny. How do you spell reliable? All right. This Muslim historian is unreliable. Is that right or is that wrong? Is that right or is that wrong? Huh? It's wrong. Of course it's wrong. It's a mughalata. Like, so what if he's got a tattoo? Maybe that was before his Islam. Maybe that was, don't start Nisar, please. Maybe that was before his Islam. Right? Maybe that was, before his days, whatever it is, right? His Jahiliyyah days, whatever, right? Although most definitely anyone, unfortunately in today's society, tattoo has become mainstream, but it's still a sign, a bad sign, it's still a negative sign, it's still not something that we should encourage our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters to do. It most definitely is questionable when it comes to tattoos and tattooing. All of our ulama, Shia ulama, say it is highly makruh. Of course, Sunni ulama say it is haram. And no one would think positive of someone who walks in with a load of tattoos, even if they have 313 on their neck or this or that or this or that. Okay? Anyway. Another one is, what's the time? Huh? 9:46. I think we'll stop here. Because it's a very hot day today. We've still got mughalata and shi'r. We will do that in our next class. Please. Sorry. Khitaba and shi'r, sorry. Please, for the sake of malaikatu sama'i wal ard, read and study and prepare yourselves for logic. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.